In this video, I'm going to show you how to actually make money on eBay buying and selling sports cards. I'm going to show you how it's done, take you through it, share my screen, show you exactly what I do when I buy sports cards on eBay to make money on. And one of the most common questions I get is, where is the best place to buy cards, right? You could buy cards at card shows, Facebook, eBay, Instagram, Twitter, local card shops. The best place to buy and sell sports cards buy sports cards is eBay. Bottom line, there's the most amount of cards in there. They're the easiest to access. eBay does have its downfalls. It's a little bit hard to communicate. A lot of people are overpriced. But what I will say is where you buy sports cards doesn't really matter. It's about the information you have here. So before I go into my camera, I just want to kind of say this because I think it's important. It's the equivalent of saying what is the best business to start? Right? You could start a sports card business. You could start a garbage business. You could start a janitor business. You could start a real estate business, right? They all work, right? There's real estate businesses that do billions of dollars a year, and there's ones that go bankrupt, right? What is the difference? The difference is the CEO of the billion-dollar business has the right information and the right work ethic. So what I'm going to show you on my screen here on eBay, it's not that eBay is so great, which it is. It's I have the information. I know what cards grade, what cards don't, what to look for, what not to look for, right? So the key is having this information, and you could apply it anywhere. You could apply it to eBay, like I'm going to show you how I do, or you could apply it to card shows, or Facebook, or Twitter, or Instagram, or any of these places, right? They all work, right? So I don't want you to think eBay is this magic gold mine, okay? Because it's about having the skills and the information to actually make a business function, and in this case, it's sports cards. So let's head over to my screen. I'm going to show you exactly how I find sports cards on eBay to make money on. Let's do it. If you're enjoying the content of the video and want to learn how to make a side income with sports cards, I spent the past 3 months putting together a training to show you exactly how it's done in detail. Sports cards has allowed me to live a life beyond my wildest imagination, and I'm thankful for the hobby every single day. That is the reason I teach sports cards, and I'm so passionate about it. At the end of the training, we offer a paid program where you can work closer with me. However, I do not want you joining until you watch the training I put together. It will show you exactly what's inside the program and how to make money with sports cards, and from there, you can make an educated decision. If you'd like to sign up for the training, either scan the QR code on the screen or text the word Eric to 973-755-9486, or click the link in the description. Just to repeat it, if you'd like to sign up and watch the training, scan the QR code or text Eric to 973-755-9486, or click that link in the description. Now let's get back to the video. All right, people, let's find some cards to make money on. Now, you want 2 tabs open. Let me delete these other ones. So you want 2 tabs open, 2 tabs of eBay. This is how I do it. Let me make this just a little bit smaller. All right, so right now while I'm speaking, someone I want to buy is Will Levis. I think he's a good buy right now. So let's take a look at Mr. Will Levis. And there's 2 ways to search. You could search for auctions or best offers, which means you're going to go back and forth with someone offering. Now, the lazy way to do it and the quicker way to do it is auctions. So what I'm going to do is sort by ending soonest. I'm going to select not graded right here. And I'm going to click auctions. And also, I know the minimum card I'm going to buy is call it $40. Call it $40, right? And here's a little hack that I bet a lot of you guys don't know. So a lot of people start their auctions at way too high. Like this card of Will Levis is just way too high. That's why no one has bid on it, because the guy started it at $700. So what you can do is go up here to advanced, and you can do min bid count 1. So what that does is it guarantees that the cards you're looking at have at least 1 bid, which means it's somewhat within fair market value, as opposed to a card being like $300 and the guy wanting to start the auction at $600, right? That's just a waste of time. We don't want to look at those cards. So let's take a quick look. All right, cool. Well, this is graded, even though I selected not graded right here, so let's select that again. All right, let's take a look at this card of Will Levis. All right, so it's not letting me zoom in. This card, if you look closely, the top to bottom centering is kind of bad. This top is bigger than the bottom. Good card, really solid, but for grading purposes, it's no good. Let's take a look at this. Will Levis Variation Silver. This card looks better. I can't see any flaws with it. There's a lot of pictures. I have a feeling this guy probably pulled this card. All right, card is in raw condition, pulled and placed into a sleeve. Okay, that's what we want to look for. And what I like to do, I actually like to click right here and look at the seller's other items. So you can see, okay, this guy obviously breaks cards. There's a lot of raw cards. So the next one I'm going to do is determine what this card sells for and what it sells for as a 10. So I'm going to hop over to other eBay tab, type in Will Levis Variation Prism Silver, and I want to see what this card's worth, because quite frankly, I have no idea. It's probably worth like 60, 70 bucks, but who knows. So if we look right here, okay, $65. You could use, there's an app, if you look in the Chrome extensions right here called Cardboard Market. This little black loading thing is Cardboard Market. I have another app that's old that's still on my computer. That's why you see this as well. But you can see this card sells for like 65 bucks, 55 bucks. PSA 9 sells for like 51. Okay. So I get it. It's like a $50 card. But what does this card sell for as a 10? That's the question. All right. We got $180 as a 10. I prefer to use auction sales. $185, not an auction sale. So I get it. It's like 40, 50 bucks as a 10. And I just typed in PSA 10 to get an auction to 137, 200, 240. Honestly, I anticipate this card going up though. So call it like 150 to 180 as a PSA 10. So honestly, I'll come in and, all day bid like, I think this card's pretty good. So I'll bid $55. I'll probably come back to it. I was being kind of cheap there, but I'll come back to it. But cool. That's a nice card that I think could possibly grade 10. This is a possible other one. Let's see this card of Will Levis. So something you want to be careful of is consignment guy. So Probstein's a huge consignment guy, and usually people dump cards that are in shitty condition to these consignment guys. So probably going to stay away from that one. This card of Will Levis is a funny picture. This guy doesn't really know how to take pictures, but this card looks okay. If you look here, I can't zoom. It's not letting me zoom in, or maybe it will. I can zoom in like that. If you look here, I think this person took this picture at an angle because the bottom centering is a little bit bigger than the top, so this kind of disguises it. If you look close, but probably gonna stay away from that one. The centering is just a little bit too far off. So what I want to do, let's just type in Will Levis. Let's just see what happens if we type in Will Levis, and let's jack this up to like $100. Let's see what auctions are ending of Will Levis, just anything. It could be Prism, anything, not a lot. There's this downtown card of Will Levis. These are really solid. Not the easiest in the world to grade, but let's see. Let's look at the seller's other items and see. He has no other items, so he probably doesn't grade cards. And let's take a look at what this card is worth, because I have no idea. Let's type in Will Levis, downtown, and let's see what we got. So as a 10, we have one did 630, but there's only one bid, so it's kind of weird. And SGC 10, another company, did 550. PSA 10 did 750. Raw did 220. Then another Raw did 310, but it says read here. Usually when it says read right there, that means read the description because there's something wrong with the card. An 850, 780 is a 10. The 10s are kind of all over the place. 779 auction. All right, so I'll say this card, I want to be conservative. I'm going to get 654 as a 10. And there's not a lot of raw sales here. The only raw sales here is 220. But once again, I like to use auctions because they're a little bit more truthful. 375, 387, 337. So I want to try, a standard rule of thumb is I want to try to at least double my money after fees. So grading is going to be about $20 to $40. Expect me to sell it for the net $650-ish, call it, if I were to get it graded a 10. So I'll bid on this card, but I'd probably only bid $300. I'll come back to it. But these are only auctions. This is the lazy way to buy cards, remember, because you can just plant an auction and that's it. If you go to newly listed and you get rid of this auction filter right here, so you're just looking at everything, this is going to present you a lot more opportunities. So this is, hold on a second. Let me just redo the search because it has that advanced filter. that I was showing you before. All right, let's go back to it. Let's do like if I'm going to put in some more work going back and forth and offering with people, I want to buy a card that's a little bit more expensive so I make a little bit more money. So let's do a minimum $100. Let's do not graded. And I think this still has, okay, no, we're good. All right, so let's take a look. What looks good? Ooh, this kind of piques my interest for some reason. Will Levis rated rookie gold. Let's look at what this is worth. I like this. I like this a lot. You can see I'm only looking at Will Levis. I'm high on Will Levis right now, as you can tell. This was just Don. Oh, not this card. This was just Donruss. Will Levis gold. Typing out of 50. There's one sale of $100. I know as a 10, this card will do really well. $175. So honestly, this guy's pretty fairly priced. What's wrong with the card? Let's try to figure out what's wrong with it, because this guy's actually honestly pretty fair. It's a little bit too good to be true. Nope. I want to see the seller's other items. He has no feedback, but he has a bunch of cards. Some are graded, some are not. Honestly, the card looks pretty decent. The guy's pretty fairly priced. I'll probably offer on this card, honestly. That's a pretty good one. These cards do really well. These Disco Prisms. This one's off-centered. You can see the top here, bigger than the bottom, so that is no good. But those do very well. Let's see, Orange Ice. Oh, boy, this picture's horrible. Also, it's off-centered. The left is a little bit smaller than the right there, but Jesus, that picture's pretty bad. But hopefully this is giving you a good gist of how I look on eBay. You can see within 5 minutes or whatever it's been, I've already found a few decent cards to buy. Now this is pretty badly off-centered. Not going to touch that. This looks good. This is what we're talking about. Bunch of pictures. That's solid. Let's see the description. This card has one very small spot on the surface that has minor scuffing. It's very, very hard to see. Well, I like that the guy's truthful. Let's see his other items. Let's see his other items and see. He probably does not grade cards. Honestly, if it has one minor thing, I'll probably use that as leverage to try to get it a better deal. But let's see what this card sells for. This will be the last card. Will Levis black white checkerboard. So Will Levis black white checkerboard. Let's see what this bad boy sells for. So this card raw is like 240, 200, 215, a 9 to 220, 220. So the card's like right around a $200 card. Let's see if we can find any 10s. And there are no 10s. No 10s? What? I find that hard to believe. So this is what I would do. Oh, there's a 10. So one did $600, but this is like a month ago. So this is what I would do if there were no 10 sales recently, just to make sure I'm going to make the money. So what I would do is I would just look at someone else. So Bryce Young, I would look at his black and white checkerboard, right? Similar year, and see what it sells for. So you can see Bryce Young's is like the same thing, like 230, 220. He sells for about the same as Will Levis. And then I would try to see if there's any Bryce Young sales and then compare the two. So one did 676. All right, so this tells me that the black-white checkerboard has really good margins from raw to graded. So I'm okay buying that one of Will Levis at $200. I'll probably send this guy a message and say something like, "Hey, love the card. I appreciate your honest description. Let's see. The card does about $200. Was wondering if you can do $175 due to the damage on the card. Let me know. Thanks. Awesome card." Right, let's be friendly. Let's not be not friendly, because no one wants to deal with people that aren't. And great, we'll see what he says. But cool. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of a snapshot of what it's like to search for cards on eBay. You could see within 10 minutes, if I were to buy one of these cards and they grade a 10, in 10 or 5 minutes, however long it's been, made $100, $200, whatever the card. Will's at 10. So this is just, eBay is just scattered with tons and tons of cards. But hopefully this provided you some value. And let's head back to the camera. Hopefully that video provided you some value, and like I said earlier, right, it's about the information I have up here. So if I were you and I was looking to buy and sell sports cards, you know, just like anyone in business, you could do it yourself and struggle and do all the trial and error like I did, and it took me years and years to learn all that stuff you see me doing, like looking at the centering and the seller's other items and all this stuff. Or you could seek mentorship, whether it's from me or someone else for free. Do it, right? Seek from someone who's been there, done that, right? You want to advance your time, advance your knowledge, because the only thing you can't buy back in life is time. But you actually could with money, right? Would you rather start making $1,000 a month in 6 months, or would you rather start doing it next month by getting all the right information? That's kind of my approach to business. Hopefully, you know, this video provided you some value. I don't want you to go out there and just start buying any random card on eBay, because you'll probably lose money, because you actually need to know what you're doing, right? That helps. But hopefully you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if you think I'm an idiot for buying Will Levis. Maybe you think I'm really smart. I think I'm smart for doing it. We'll see here in a few months who's really smart and who's not. But like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.